As U.S. troops prepare to exit Syria, we speak to Talal Silo, a defected Syrian Democratic Forces spokesman. Silo was once a high-ranking commander in the U.S. coalition and tells us about the inner workings of the SDF and its connections to the PKK terror organization. I'm John Hassasu, and this is One-on-One Express. Mr. Talal Silo, you say that the YPG is an extension of the PKK. What did you experience during your time with the YPG?
During my presence with the SDF, there was a liaison office. It's a public relations office. It coordinates all relations between the PKK leadership and the Syrian regime. All of the PKK leaders, the ones who travel around the world, especially the Syrians, do so carrying Syrian passports. There's definitely coordination between the PKK leadership and the Syrian regime at the present time.
You are a founding member of the SDF and its spokesman for more than 2 years. There are a lot of allegations against the YPG regarding the recruitment of child soldiers and changing the demographics of areas by force. Have you ever witnessed the use of child soldiers or forceful demographic manipulation?
I was surprised when I saw a 12-year-old child. He was with the people surrounding Shahin Silo. There were also Arab girls from the Manbij area, and their families talked with me about them. I discussed their issue with Shahin Silo, and he said, "Comrade, please, there's no need to discuss this issue of the young girls who've joined the SDF and the YPG, especially those young girls who left or escaped from their families." Regarding the issue of demographic change that I saw, I noticed there was a lot of displacement in al-Ain and Haul regions during the first campaigns of the SDF. Also the region of Slok, it was completely destroyed in ruins and looted completely. Its residents weren't allowed to return. My eyes have seen villages completely destroyed. They were Arab villages. They're still in ruins today.
Turkey says that the YPG is a national security threat. Does the YPG target Turkey or assist terror groups that launch attacks on Turkish soil?
What I saw with my eyes, there are members within the SDF. One of them was a bodyguard for Shahin Silo. And I noticed this later. A statement was issued saying that he was martyred. I asked, where is the young man that was martyred? It turned out that he carried out a suicide operation in Turkey at a camp of the Turkish army. He entered the camp with a car bomb and exploded it. There were several operations where members of the so-called SDF or YPG carried out operations like this against Turkey. This is an issue among the main concepts of terrorism carried out by the YPG and PKK, particularly against Turkey.
What kind of weapons given to the YPG and who decides when, where and how they are used? And what will happen to those weapons when the U.S. withdraws from Syria?
They weren't delivered to PKK leaders, but rather to the leaders of the SDF. And I'm one of the people who used to receive weapons. But all we did was just sign papers. We used to receive the arms. But then one of the leaders of the PKK called Safkan, he was half Kurdish, half Turkish, a man who didn't speak any Arabic. He used to take all the weapons to a private warehouse. The U.S. currently claims, and it lies about this, because when we signed, we didn't sign on any official papers that said we were going to give these arms back. Of course, in any battle that the SDF took part in, the coalition forces were bombing the area first with airstrikes and artillery. So the quantity of weapons consumed in combat was less than 10%. What's left now is either stored in warehouses belonging to the PKK, or the rest of it was transported to the Kandil Mountains.
And what do you think, where the group is going to use these weapons?
The main goal of the PKK is to fight Turkey. The group will continue to be hostile against Turkey. They're open to being used. The West, America, even the Syrian regime are trying to benefit from the conflict between the PKK and the Turkish state.